What the fuck?
Time to
What's up? It's WMMA here with Anthony Smith's greatest hits. Now I know talking about Anthony Smith is a bit like beating a dead horse, but so is fighting Anthony Smith. More like beating a dead turtle, let's be honest. But let's jump into it. We're getting into Anthony Smith's problems on the Jon Jones loss. That's what we're starting with. Because what better point to start off with than that Jon Jones fight?
So what's your issue with your performance specifically in the Jon fight?
I just didn't show up.
Now, he says he didn't show up. And maybe before, he could gaslight you into that. But since then, guys, has he not turtled in every fight? I'm just saying. Did we not maybe see a prime Anthony Smith in a Jon Jones fight? That point deduction is the closest those scorecards will ever be. Let's be fair.
Jon Jones is beatable. He's very beatable.
He hasn't lost a fight though. He hasn't stopped juicing though either. So let's play devil's advocate.
I'm gonna get roasted online for this, but he's not that good.
Now let's let him explain himself. Cause he is the GOAT of everyone's pound for pound list. But let's be fair.
That's an interesting quote. Yeah,
He's pretty fucking good.
And that's the first time I've seen Luke Thomas ever be right. Let's be fair.
He might be the
not
greatest of all time.
individually. Like if you take his individual skill sets and you take them away, each one of those things are not a problem.
Maybe we need a little more explaining. Haven't fully processed it yet.
It's when you put them together and he puts it into the full package that it's the problem.
Is the end statement right? Yes. But what Anthony Smith is doing is he'll tell this long, beautiful, interwoven story about this, and just lie, just continue to lie, and drop a couple of truths where it's enough information to make you think, oh, maybe he's onto something. Now, has he ever convinced a single person? No, never once. But let's let him keep going.
His fight IQ is not crazy high.
Dude, even though he lost that Reyes fight, what he did in those later 2 rounds, it's the same in the Gustafsson fight. That fight IQ to really fucking make that later work, those later rounds work, is beautiful. But don't expect it's a little bit of a dummy.
He's well coached and he does what he's told very, very well. But
you know he can't stand losing to Jon. I didn't lose to you. I lost to your coaches. Fuck Cope Maxon.
like if Winklejohn, when I fought him, if Winklejohn wasn't saying anything, Jon goes into a holding pattern.
If Jon Jones was in a deprivation tank, I would have locked the door, man. Let's say he wouldn't make it out alive. Dude, what's a holding pattern? I just think of Jon Jones holding mitts or something. Dude, if Winklejohn wasn't there, Jon Jones isn't doing cardio kickboxing in front of you and losing scrambles all of a sudden. There's still massive fight instinct that roots down to his fucking wrestling, his jiu-jitsu. Did that clip of Gable Stevenson's where he flying knees that? I don't think Winklejohn went, throw the knee, John. That's your ass getting beat, Anthony Smith. That's what it is.
His holding patterns is the same. It's his stance switches, it's the oblique kicks, it's the front kicks to the body. And then once they start talking in code, then Jon goes and does what he's supposed to do, and then he comes back to his holding pattern.
Only if Anthony Smith understood the code. Only if Jon Jones had more than one pro fight, so he had information on what the code could mean.
He doesn't actually make any decisions on his own. It's
truly no autonomy. He is a mindless robot. Maybe that's why he's so good. Or maybe Anthony Smith is still coping.
He's very well coached. And that's a credit. And that's a credit
And I'm not saying Jon Jones isn't well coached.
to him.
Yeah, I was gonna say also there is
That's a
some
credit to him.
Well, yeah, isn't there some?
Winklejohn is a weirdo though.
something a little bit good to say about that. The coach,
I'm not saying
the
like
coach
it's a
and the
negative.
fighter are listening to one another.
Yeah, I don't think it's a negative, but
Okay,
it's.
okay.
I mean,
I don't think it's a negative, but I'm going to spend a full 2 minutes complaining about it because I hate it, and I can't stand it, man.
and his chin and willpower and
Oh, he's a dog for sure.
recuperative abilities.
He's a dog.
He's a 10 out.
Does Jon Jones have any skill? No, but he got that dog. Franklin in GTA doesn't walk around with a Rottweiler. He walks around with the Jon Jones.
Of a 10.
But if you take his boxing and just like if John and I were to just box,
Now let's guess what Anthony Smith's gonna say. It'll be A or B. I would get washed and lose every round, and possibly get finished by the guy with no KO power. Or B. Be close fight, man. My guess is A. My honest guess before watching this was A, because Anthony Smith is humble, brother.
I don't think he's the GOAT. Like, I think we have a very competitive striking match.
Dude, can you even envision that in your head? A competitive strike match, Anthony Smith, Jon Jones? Is that, like, at all? Like, I think you find the most creative mind on the planet Earth, and he couldn't imagine that. You could try to animate this on a computer, and it would crash every time because it's so incomprehensible. Let's continue, because I'm sure there's nothing else Anthony Smith would say he would beat Jon Jones in.
We're just doing no-gi jiu-jitsu. Like, I don't think Jon Jones beats me in jiu-jitsu.
It's going to be close. I'd beat his ass. Tapping, he'd be the guy. I don't think you last 10 seconds, brother. I think I would tap you really fast. I didn't even do a or B prediction on that one, because, oh my god, it truly burning my soul thinking about that coming up.
Jiu-jitsu match. Wrestling, he probably wins that. But
And there it is. That I just need to play that because there's the little sprinkle of truth on there. This is a 12-pound fudge sundae of complete lies with a 10 grams of truth sprinkles on top. Straight cope. You gotta love Anthony Smith for it.
Stop, man. What the fuck is this?
So here we are with the second Anthony Smith cope. And it's a little bit of a shorter one. It's about McGregor talking trash on him. It'll be some generic sparring footage in the background, but let's let Anthony Smith intro this.
The second time that Conor's come at me, and this one's not even my fault, and I don't give a shit what Conor thinks about me, but I don't know why he's taken aim at me twice. But as I thought about it, I think I figured it out.
So he's processed it, and he just knows he's very cerebral, right? He could psychoanalyze anyone sitting across the room from him, and even McGregor, who's countries away. That's how smart Anthony Smith is.
Conor has been uber successful. He's made more money than he could ever spend. He's made true, like, generational
It's so funny seeing him spar Cody Brundage.
wealth. Like, his kids are going to be just fine because of the things that Conor's accomplished. What Conor can never get back is he'll never be one of us again.
One of us. One of us. One of us. Yes, he will never be a hairless pit bull. Dude, what? I know he means one of us is the natural rough guys, tough boxers, but let's let him further explain.
And it drives him absolutely crazy. He used to be.
You know, Conor McGregor sitting at home. Give it all back. Give it all back to be like him. To be like Lionheart. To be in there. To be in there turtling on the ground. Let's let him further continue, though.
He used to be one of us. I
One
found
of
myself
us.
sitting at the desk wondering, like, does Conor miss what it felt like to be in the gym and just be one of the guys?
I don't care about Conor McGregor, but when I'm analyzing fights, I just sit there thinking about him all the time. And I think about what he's thinking about because I just don't care. And of course, Conor McGregor probably does does miss that fight life. But, I mean, would you rather be fighting? Or would you rather be making that money, bruh?
Because he's alienated himself from everybody. Like I've been around him a little bit. Like I don't know him, but like I've been around him, and he was one of the guys. And he kind of sold out, and he starts taking shots at people, and he kind of sold his soul for all that money, and that's fine if that's what you want to do. But I think sometimes it's less about him trying to get a headline. I think sometimes it's less about him wanting to take shots at people and be that guy. I think that it eats him alive, that he's never going to be one of the guys again. He'll never fit in our group. He's not one of our peers anymore. And it's not because we kicked him out and didn't want him. It's the total opposite. We wanted Conor to be one of us. And he alienated all of us, and now he wants back in, and we're not going to let him in because he's shit on every single one of us. It's
Who's higher on your guys' one of us tier list? McGregor or Anthony Smith? Like, I get what Smith is saying to an extent, but when you're talking about peers and idolizing from other fighters, and I'm sure Anthony Smith is not making a one-on-one comparison to himself to McGregor, but he kind of is in the way he words things. It's just so brutal to have my ears molested by this guy. I mean, McGregor's not part of the one of us clan. But dude, he is not devastated that he's not in the Anthony Smith fan club. Let's keep it real. Here we are with Delusion number 3. And this is the Roman Delite versus Anthony Smith fight build up. Super short notice. And, I mean, these two guys, marauders. It's as if Anthony Smith was cloned and Merab accidentally stumbled in, as he always is, of course, and one of his hairs flew into the test tube. And Roman Delite fell out. And I'm not saying Roman Delite is Merab level. I'm saying he's a literal Merab's length of hair ahead of Anthony Smith in skill. That's it. But this isn't about the Delite fight. This is his interest into Alex Pereira. And Brett Okamoto will intro this.
As we were walking around, have you and Alex Pereira crossed paths at all today?
Once he was getting off the elevator at the hotel, and I was getting on, and then just real quick in passing here.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
Did you meet eyes or anything like that?
No. He was on his phone the first time, and then he's getting rushed to his thing. I'm getting rushed to mine. So nothing yet.
Nothing. No info. That literally a nothing bomb just dropped straight in our heads. Great to start the interview, but you can see Anthony Smith's eager. He needs to know. Let's let him ask.
You're kind of aware.
Have you interviewed him yet?
I have.
Did he say anything about me?
Well, what is he thinking? Did he say he likes my hair? And oh my god, I don't know. I said hair, but dude, he's just so invested in this made-up, delusional storyline. And everyone, back in the day, 303, Anthony Smith, Alex Pereira. Truly the matchup everyone's been waiting for that no one ever got. It was just so sad. It was the Jon Jones Rumble of our era. But it's just so funny how a year goes by and how, I mean, it was stupid at the time. But now, oh my god. It's unbelievable. And there's nothing else about this that there is to bring up. But it's just shocking that was even in question. Not by any human being other than Anthony Smith. But still, shocking. And here we are with the TJ Dillashaw reality check. Now, should a reality check come from TJ Dillashaw? Yeah. He cool as fuck and he is champion. And I did hate him, but being based as hell and TikTok addicts did save his perception for me. And this isn't even the first reality check. This is the check-in after TJ Dillashaw absolutely cooked Anthony Smith. And most people knows what he said, but Rampage will intro it and explain some of the backstory, and we'll let TJ get into it.
TJ's under attack right now from a lot of people on the internet.
And he should be, man. He talked about our boy Lionheart, man. And you
I
pissed
wasn't
him
gonna
off.
bring it up, but
No, fuck that.
Let's
Lionheart
go.
came at me like I was making fun of him, and I wasn't.
You were standing up for him.
Yeah.
But I didn't say nothing bad. All I said was he's not going to be a champion.
Okay, TJ Dillashaw, if you're gonna lie, you gotta pull an Anthony Smith. You can't have such an abrasive. You gotta sprinkle some sort of cope in. You can't just say, oh, I didn't say anything bad. Just say he wasn't gonna be a champion. Just wasn't gonna amount to everything he dreamed about. Like, you gotta weave yourself in there like a snake in the grass. But keep going. That's funny as fuck though. To start like that.
It's bad.
What do you mean? He lost, and he lost to a guy that wasn't even near the top,
Didn't say anything bad.
and he didn't look very good. So why am I going to sit here and think a guy's going to be a champion?
Did he say something? Okay, bad is not the perfect word to use. We need to maybe something like didn't say something nice, because this is pretty rude. It's honest, and it's a fair assessment as a fight analyst. It could have been a little nicer.
When he lost, he gave up. Like,
I've never seen him give up.
bro,
Never. Do you watch Anthony Smith fights with blindfolds on? Dude, he is Mr. 2-on-1.
you have a 2-on-1 with someone on your back, and you're just going to stay on your knees? Would you stay on your knees?
Oh, that's not
you
giving
love
up.
staying on your knees.
I be fucked up.
Dude,
I pray on my knees. No, but that's not giving up, is it? Like that's probably not the same
I
work.
mean, no man's holding me down.
Yeah, but you weigh 110 motherfucking pounds.
180 right now, dog.
Maybe that's why. It's hard to hold that man down.
I've seen you train. You're a great wrestler, and wrestlers, I've seen great wrestlers. It's hard to hold a lot of them down. But I don't know his wrestling credentials. But
Okay, so it's not about that he's a wrestler or not wrestler. It's the position that he had, right? He had a 2-on-1, guy on his back, doesn't have hooks in. All you got to do is stand to your feet.
and it's every single time. It's so hard to name a recent fight where he isn't turtling, right? It's like Brian Spann 1 and 2 and Vitor Petrino. Dude, isn't it sad? It's considered reaching deep into your damn bag to pull an Anthony Smith non-turtle performance. Dude, it's incredible.
But he might have been, he took the fight on short notice, whatever.
Yeah.
Got to give him a little credit for that, man.
He took the Delite fight in short notice. Are there not any more examples that aren't the Delite fight?
Man took it on, what,
Yeah.
a week, 2 weeks?
Couple
At
weeks notice,
most.
so
yeah.
he's
So-
probably gassed out, but
Took it on a day, 2 days, a month.
Tough.
I mean, I'm dying.
I think you owe him an apology because
Hell no.
hold on. We are never apologizing for anything on this podcast, and don't start that trend.
no, because I think he can't.
Dude, there's not a fight where I'm going to turtle and hold a 2-on-1. Now, am I saying that because I know I would get KO'd with a first punch? Yes. But come on. Look at fighters. Like, you could clearly tell when it's like, oh, he's getting ready to check out now about in this fight. And it's always feeling like Anthony Smith's just holding on for that decision.
He's a world champion.
You guys asked me a
He can
question.
say
Do
what
you
he
think
wants.
do you think he's gonna be a
Don't
world
bully
champion?
TJ now.
You asked
Don't
me.
bully
listen to
TJ.
me.
Don't do that.
Look, you're gonna have my back here.
Okay, now Bear is being a little bit of a weirdo, but TJ has a point, and he is a champ. You are asking him a question. Don't be mad at the response, right? It's not fair to be. Don't instigate, you little weasel, to do that. But TJ was right. You don't know what to say. Here we are. We've landed right back in Anthony Smith Delusion land. Here he is, just before his fight with Ankalaev, which in hindsight, how did this ever happen? And it's crazy to think when they fought, it was rank 4 versus rank 5. When was Anthony Smith ranked so high? And I know in hindsight it's so easy to say that. Oh, come on. But here's Anthony Smith breaking down the odds before his Ankalaev fight.
People were kind of writing me off just a little bit. But
They always do.
always.
+3.
Is there a reason they're writing him off? I don't know. It might be the fact that he's turtling in every fight. But let's continue. Specifically with these odds numbers.
You know, I think people are kind of writing me off just a little bit. But
They always do.
Always.
Plus 350. Bet online, man. Underdog.
Plus 350.
Now, what do you think he's going to say? It's like, oh, I haven't looked the best recently, but I think plus 350 is a good number to throw me in at, because I think I stand a good chance in this fight. He's not going to make any drastic, crazy comparisons about how maybe he wouldn't even be this much of an odds against a greater fighter. No way he would even go beyond saying something like that.
Go get your money. Plus 350, that's crazy.
Oh.
That's criminal.
Yeah.
God damn.
As if you didn't need any more motivation.
Plus 350.
You hear that? How could this be possible? Plus 350.
That is crazy. I should, if I was fighting goddamn Jon Jones and Francis Ngannou at the same time, I shouldn't be a fucking plus 350.
If he fought Jon Jones and Francis Ngannou at the same time, they'd Eiffel Tower his ass in 5 seconds. Dude. Do you know how fast he would die? His head would be decapitated from his body. Let's not make any silly comparisons, Anthony Smith. Okay? And here we are with the Anthony Smith speed coping round. Now, I was having trouble finding all these clips, so shout out to Lazy Guru for these last few ones, but I got some here and then a YouTube short at the end. And we'll let Anthony Smith warm us right into this beautiful clip.
But no, I just don't give a shit about Ankalaev. I think there's a guy at 205 that can beat me right now in a 15-minute fight. If I can put my foot on the gas and go, like, I might be the best 3-round fighter in the world. You know what I mean?
Now, I think we got a new legendary fighters. What do you guys say? 15-minute Anthony Smith. Has he lost a 15-minute fight? Let me think. Glover? No, that was 25 minutes. John was 25 minutes too. Has he lost a 15-minute fight? Just about every single one of them. Of recent. Now, I don't mean to shit on him, but like, I'm shitting all over him. What am I saying? Don't say I'm the greatest 15-minute fighter. You can't touch me in 15 minutes. And I think this is exposing that he knows he gasses in 5-round fights. And just, it's just also what I've been reciprocating this entire video. It's that those little sprinkles of truth. And it's like, does he do better in 15 minutes than 25 minutes? Yeah, that's a truth. But what's the reality? What's the real statement that you can pull from that truth? Is that, oh, that just means he's getting beaten up less, right? It just means 10 minutes less of his ass getting kicked brutally, and you sitting watching your TV going, man, what? This is just sad to watch. All right, that's all you're getting. 10 minutes less of that. Let's move on. It's just Anthony Smith getting the shit kicked out of him for the rest of this. Let's move on. This is a very short clip, but it is so funny. I'll go to the start of it.
Was his size. He was circumstances. One of the biggest problems I had with Jon Jones was his size.
He did say in another clip that his range wasn't that much of a problem in the boxing.
He was so big, and he was just hard to get to.
And of course, that seems to be the problem for everybody, right? So I'm so glad we're sprinkling that truth. And is this the first time we're going to get complete truth without a straight up, massive, big old chunk of cope? I can't wait, right?
And I wasn't fast enough to close the distance. I was definitely faster than him.
What? What show is that? And let me not interrupt. Watch Tom Aspinall's reaction to this.
I wasn't fast enough to close the gap.
That is truly the most respectful reaction you could have to that. I mean, it's a reaction you can't. When Anthony Smith says he's faster than the local senior citizen shouting up bingo, I go, ugh, what the fuck did I just hear? Let alone him saying he's faster than Jon Jones. Are you kidding me? Let's end this, though, with one of my favorite Anthony Smith clips that dropped. Just playing.
And I'll say this. This is a little girl on the right.
Uh-huh.
She looks like And this guy is also a very handsome guy. She looks like Anthony Smith, who is one of the greatest UFC fighters. Bring up a photo of it.
Theo Von is just straight lying. And you could claim it's in the essence of comedy. But calling a baby Anthony Smith should be a war crime. And that should be the minimum charge. That's pure disgust, right? And then to alley-oop calling someone's child Anthony Smith with saying he's one of the greatest. Dude, what alternate dimension could you be roaming around in to possibly believe any of those statements are okay to be said? If I saw an Anthony Smith looking baby, I would pray. And that's all you can do. Let's let this clip finish.
Of Anthony Smith as well on a separate, and I shouldn't say that because she's going to get upset.
You just be very careful here before she Anthony Smiths you.
Okay, yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
And that baby does have all the capabilities of Anthony Smithing Theo Von. That is turtling on the ground and letting Theo Von knee hair in the ribs.
You have a beautiful family.
You just negated that 20 seconds ago by saying her family looks like Anthony Smith. Stop attacking my family!